It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's the Gator Chomp Daily with your hosts, Penny Lane Crode and Sadie Davenport.
Hi, I'm Penny Lane Crode.
And I'm Sadie Davenport.
And this is the Gator Chomp Daily. Lunch for today is Hot Pockets.
FFA is selling Valentine's Day roses for our FFA team competing at the National FFA Land Judging Contest. The last day to order Valentine's Day roses will be this Friday. Both roses and bundt cake pickups will be on Tuesday, February 10th, just in time for Valentine's Day. That's Saturday for your loved ones. You can order with any FFA officer or see Ms. Heidi in her room.
Students, if you'd like to participate in the cultural program, please sign up with Ms. Charles in room 254 by today. The event will take place on Friday, February 27th.
Beginning Monday, replacement IDs will be cashless. Students will no longer be able to pay for lanyards and replacement IDs using cash in the library. Instead, IDs and lanyards can be purchased online. To do this, visit the school's website and click on the School Cash online link. Then follow the steps to add the ID and lanyard to the cart and check out. Students will also be able to pay using a card in the bookkeeper's office. With Ms. Jess, if you need assistance, see Ms. Casey or Ms. Jess.
Track practices will be held Monday through Friday after school. Meet at the football field by 3 p.m. Practices have already begun.
Selected seniors, your counselor will meet with you on Tuesday the 10th in the library during either 1st or 5th period. Please check your school email to know if you are that selected senior and which period you will meet with your counselor to discuss graduation requirements.
Sophomores, your counselor will meet with you on Tuesday the 10th in your science class to decide your pathway for graduation. Please come to school and be on time for class since this will determine your schedule next year.
And we have a message from the Grand Coteau Police Department.
Grand Coteau Police Department would like to take a moment to thank you for allowing us to be a part of your morning routine as we assist with school traffic through the town of Grand Coteau. During the high-volume traffic hours between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., we kindly ask for your cooperation to help ensure a smoother and safer flow of traffic for everyone. When approaching an officer directing traffic, please activate your turn signal in the direction you wish to go. This small courtesy greatly assists the officer in keeping traffic moving efficiently and safely. We appreciate your patience and understanding as we do our best each morning to help everyone arrive at school, work, and home safely. Thank you for your continued support and cooperation. We look forward to serving our community and being of great assistance to the public. Stay safe and have a wonderful day.
And our segment for today is the Beau Chene Sports Report. So hit it.
Hi guys, my name is Anya Fugile and welcome to the Beau Chene Sports Report. And today we'll be showing y'all the interview with CJ Charlo, and I'll play the clip for y'all now.
Guys, I'm here with Beau Chene star basketball player CJ Charlo, and today I'm gonna do a little interview with him. So, CJ, how does it feel to break 2,000 points in your career and have the all-time scoring record?
It feels good. I think it just shows all the work I had to put in, my whole life. And like I said, breaking 2,000 points in all-time scoring leader. Like coming as a freshman, I knew I was going to be good, but I would have never thought I would have been here being an all-time leading scorer.
All right, and do you think you guys can begin a little run or a little push for the playoffs down the stretch?
Yeah, I think we can. If we just continue to mature as a team and just do the things we got to do, the pieces will fall in line.
And if you guys do make a push for the playoffs, who do you see as the biggest threat?
I mean, they got some good teams in our division. They have like the Walsmans, the Bozers. They got teams like that, but I wouldn't be too much worried about other teams rather than me worried about us, because if we do what we got to do, I feel we could put up a fight with anybody. So I'm also worried about our team than other teams.
So as a senior, what has this season taught you personally, or what has it taught your team as a leader at that?
I say this season taught me was, that it really do go by fast. Like you see, from my freshman year, I remember I was just a little freshman, averaging some 15 points and just happy to be, just being one of the best players and getting first team all district. And now I feel like it was like a year ago, and then now it's my senior year already. So I would tell everybody, don't take nothing for granted. Live in the moment and put the work in while you're young, and just do what you got to do.
Wise words from CJ Charlo right here.
Okay, that was an excellent interview from CJ Charlo. And now we will be showing y'all the boys soccer coach Chad Vitrine interview. Let's see now.
What's up, guys? I'm here with Coach Chad, and today I'm going to be interviewing him about his soccer season so far on his farewell tour. So, Coach Chad, how has the soccer season gone versus your preseason expectations?
I'll be honest, I think it's kind of going according to plan so far. We thought we'd be a top 10, top 8 team, and we're kind of right there on that border of the end. I think we're actually probably slightly better than I thought we were going to be. Lots of kids have come on. They've developed. We have a very strong senior class of kids that have played for 3-4 years and all have been waiting their turn, or this is their second year starting, or some of them third or fourth year. So we've got a lot of senior leadership. We had some kids battling injuries, a couple maybe ineligibilities at the beginning of the year. They all came back. So we've got our full squad. It's January on. We've started January off with a couple losses to some really good teams. We had West Monroe, and we also had STM last night that we lost to, who is probably the best team in Division II. They've already beat Turlings, who's number 1 in the ratings, but STM looks unbeatable almost right now. We gave them a hard game. A few mistakes here or there, both ways, offense and defense. It was unfortunate, but I think it was a good learning lesson for the playoffs, because we could see a team like them again, and we needed this experience against a top team on the road to see how to react, and I think we handled it pretty well.
Okay, so throughout all your coaching memories, which season has been the best? Like which one is the one I remember the most, I guess you could say?
Yeah. Okay, so like I get asked this a lot. For 20 years, old players come back and say, "Hey, well, who was your favorite team? What team was the best?" This and that. The 2 teams that made the state championships were not the best. I'm gonna say that right now, and they know that. I'll tell them that every day. Both of those 2 teams made it a year early. A lot of juniors and sophomores, and we thought like the next year was gonna be the big thing. And I'll say that those 2 teams were probably the 2 best teams we ever had. That would be 2014 and 2019. But neither one of those teams made it back to the finals. They lost in the semifinals, each one of them. This year's team, I think, talent-wise, may be better than all of them. The unfortunate thing for them is they're playing in a division now. Division II, in the first 15 years I was around, was the weakest of all 3 or 4 divisions. The way it's set up now and the way they divide it, Division II is now full of 5A schools. Some almost 600 kids, 700 kids more than us. We're the smallest school in Division II this year, these last 2 years. And Division II is loaded now. Where we used to have to beat 1 or 2 really strong teams on the way to the finals, now just about every game is a hard team. And it seems like Division III has become that division we would like to be in. And good for Beau Chene that next year they will finally be in Division III. So they'll kind of be where they belong next year. So this year's been kind of tough that I think this may be our best team we've ever had, but we're also playing in probably the toughest environment we've ever played in with all these teams that are top 10 capable or championship capable, where back in those days in 2019 and 2013, we had to beat like maybe 2 teams to win a state championship, so it was a lot easier back then.
Okay. So do you feel that your years of coaching soccer is numbered?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a young man's game, soccer, I think, more than any other sport, unless you're a professional manager, you need to be kind of in there more. And I had health issues later. I got kind of large. I couldn't run anymore, and I kind of got used to coaching that way. Where I didn't have to do as much. And I think in today's world, you have to be able to jump in there, to give the examples, and be able to show more than you can. And us older guys, when we were coming up, it was more of a tactical. We explain everything to you, a lot mental. Where today's a lot more repetition, and coaches have to get in there with them more and example. And these young guys I got with me, like Adrian Eaglin, just keep going, like Adrian Eaglin, and all these other ones that came here, Devon Boston, Latrell Beauchamp. They know what it was like to play for me. So they're continuing kind of the old school methods we used to do with this new.
All right, so Coach Chad, as playoff season approaches, who do you view as your biggest threat?
We don't have to go far. Down the road, we've got probably 3 of the hardest teams in Division II in the Lafayette area with us. That makes 4 of us that can possibly win a Division II title, we believe. And that's, of course, St. Thomas More, Turlings, and then you have David Thibodeau and Beau Chene, probably in the Lafayette area. When you look in the New Orleans area, you've got Holy Cross, who's won the last 2 and 6 of the last 8. STM won the other 2 in that gap. You've got Turlings, who has been number 1 for like 2 years straight, but hasn't won it yet, and they're loaded again this year. They did lose 2-1 to STM earlier. So Willow School is also another one that can do some damage, and maybe Neville from up north, Pineville, but that's Prairieville also is that new school down in Ascension Parish, and they've got a pretty good soccer program as well right now in Division II. So that's probably the main candidates. Central Lafourche you can throw in, and I'd probably say your state champion is going to be one of those teams I just named.
Okay. So what will you miss the most about Beau Chene soccer?
Everything. It's been my life for 20 years. The last 20 years I had restaurants, I had everything, but I always ended up my day almost back here at one point to either practice, train, or do a game. It's going to free up a lot of time for me, but it's also going to be a lot of stuff I miss. I miss the parts of hanging out with the guys, the team, and listening to them talk and ask questions and just about life. Our life discussions are always fun, and when they trust in me and ask me questions about certain things that maybe have nothing to do with soccer, and that's just part of the game of like what they call the brotherhood.
Right, and
it just makes it so special, and all the stuff we've done. We've got a lot of traditions here that we've left, and we're decorating our locker room with all these like awards and honors we've won over here. We've had 7 state MVPs that played soccer over here, and that means the MVP of the entire state that year of your division. And we've had 4 guys win 7 of them. That's history right there, and that's what I'm going to miss. All the awards, all the honors for all these kids, and just doing special things in a place where you're not supposed to do it is always fun. And this school is not supposed to be good at soccer. We have no feeder schools. We have no feeder programs, no anything. And to go up there and be one of the sports that still has to play STM and Turlings in the playoffs, because no other sport does that except us in volleyball. And for us to have to go through that and still be making quarterfinals and have a trophy case full of stuff is just the ultimate reward and honor that this program has done a lot for this school. And I think a lot around the state, when a lot of people think of Beau Chene, they think of soccer as one of the things when they do think of Beau Chene. So it's been an honor for that, and that's what I'm going to miss.
Yeah, that's how it should be, a brotherhood within your team. That's what a good coach does. Well, that's all my questions that I have for Coach Chad on his farewell tour. Beau Chene's going to miss him a whole lot. And back to Anya with the sports report. Thank you, Coach Chad.
Okay, that was a great interview from Chad Betreen, and we are so looking forward to the boys playing in the playoffs in a couple weeks. But now I will show y'all the athletes of the week from last week.
Goddamn DJ with another one.
Okay, that wraps up our first ever Beau Chene Sports Report. I'm Anya Fugilate, and until next time, we'll see you at the Swamp.
That was a really good segment, and from now on, we'll be seeing the Beau Chene Sports Report every Friday. Today's birthdays are Josie Longlinay, Akeem Thibodeau, Grayson Thibodeau, and Christy Park.
And a happy early birthday to Caroline Jimenez.
And Sunday's birthdays are Edwin Espinoza Zelaya and Trendon Broussard.
Reminder, softball scrimmage against David Thibodeau today at home at 5:30. Be there.
Boys and girls basketball game today against Livonia at the Swamp. Girls start at 5:30 and boys start at 7:30.
And boys soccer start playoffs today at home against Livonia at 6.
And that's all we have.
I'm Penny Lane Grode.
And I'm Sadie DeValcourt.
And until next time, we'll see you at the Swamp.
nigga.